remarks from him talking about servers used by the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, IEBC. Listen.
First, we discovered that there were 4 different servers. There's one server which was in the Netherlands, in the clouds. 2, there was another server in Venezuela. 3, there was another server in the anniversary towers, headquarters of the Electoral Commission. 4, there was another server in the industrial area. And 5th, there was a portal at the National Tallying Center at the Bomas of Kenya. So what would happen was that when these results were being transmitted from the polling station and even from the constituency tallying center, they were going to these 4 servers. But with the server in Venezuela, where it was manipulating the results, altering the results, and transmitting to the portal which was at the National Tallying Center. That is where the crime was committed.
All right, I have with me communication strategist Mark Vichache, if you're just joining us, lawyer and political analyst Martin Oloo, and Javas Bigambo, political analyst. Javas, let me come to you with this. What do you think of those latest remarks by the Azimio leader?
Well, first of all, I know that the principle, the mother law of this country, grants us the freedom of speech, opinion, thought, etc., and all the political rights that we have, which rights, of course, are due to all of us, including Honorable Raila Odinga. The remarks by the Azimio former Azimio presidential candidate Raila Odinga are remarks that are raising critical concerns when he's talking about the servers in various places, when he's talking about the issue of the portal at the National Tallying Center, at the Bomas at the time, and the issue of alteration of the results as they were trickling in. But you see, there is the question that the justices at the Supreme Court asked, that if at all it's true, and this it proved very difficult to be responded to by the counsels for representing Azimio, that if it's true that there was falsification or alteration of the images that were being transmitted to IEBC, how come that such alteration did not affect the physical forms, 34A, that had been filled at the polling stations, which the agents of even Azimio had? And even during that time, there was no proving that particular forms 34A that they were brought physically varied with the contents that were in the portal. Now, you see, I think as we look at and examine the discourse post-election concerning the alleged rigging, etc., we also need to be very objective and genuine in these reflections and utterances. Question is, did Azimio prove that there was a single or 3 forms or 20 forms, 34A, that were altered, and that looking at the details in the portal varied with form 34A? But beyond that, you know, as a matter of fact, Raila Odinga is a very critical politician in this country for the past many decades. And for me, what I would say is that it is possible that Honorable Raila Odinga is also struggling with election laws, the laws of the election. As a matter of fact, Ben, we know very well that in terms of looking at all these issues through legal lenses, there is no recourse for Honorable Raila Odinga because the Supreme Court closed this matter. But now we know that the rights that are granted to all of us that are political rights grants us and himself and everybody else the latitude to engage in national discourse. Question is this: what is the probable end game of all these triggers?
Good question.
And where is it? And that's why I said earlier that it's upsetting the apple cart. I even wondered that Honorable Raila Odinga, having contested the presidential election the 5th time, and not having been successful. And each time, of course, he has never come close to saying that I think this election I lost. Then question arises, is it possible that it's the same strategy, same trick in the Raila Odinga political playbook? Good question. It brings us to the question, what is the Raila Odinga's endgame and game plan? And we'll get to that. Before we get into that, Martin, the Azimio leader has said that the election was stolen, not at the ballot of the polling station. Said in that interview, said that that went very smoothly. The election from where he sits was stolen using technology at the point of transmitting results, presidential results to be specific. And of course, that is what he said in that interview, as well as that is what he says is the basis of the whistleblower that he says has come forward now. He's not letting it go, is he?
No, he's not letting it go. But I want to say this, and again, I want us to be very candid with ourselves. There's a deficit of truth in this country, and that lies actually sell. So Baba knows very well that he does not need to tell us the truth, and so does UDA. No, they don't have to tell us the truth. They can tell us about bottom-up, they can tell us about wheelbarrows, tell us about stolen elections, and they don't have to prove what they're saying. If one has to take Baba seriously, the election laws in this country have they have two sides to it. One, the most critical point at which elections are, votes are cast, right, and votes are counted is the polling station. What we are talking about servers, what we are talking about what are only points of transmission. And in the presidential elections, you now fall onto electronic transmission in order for you to then tally, verify those results. What Baba should be telling us is not about servers. He should be coming here with Form 34A from all the polling stations in Kenya, and he should be showing us that if I count this and I count the UDS this, I have 56%. Not servers. Servers were only transmitting that was being declared. Now, if he is saying the problem is servers, he is not telling us the truth. If we want to know the truth, let's go for the results as they were declared, and that is Form 34A. Now, you know for sure that we did our elections on August 9th. Have you seen any tabulation, any dossier, any presentation of these results by Azimio? Have they produced anything? They are telling you about a dossier, a whistleblower, but what did they do as a party? What is the strength? Do you think they will give you that? No. Because they know Kenyans are gullible. All we need to be told is they were stolen. Of course they were stolen. There was some stealing. But the question is, where is the evidence? So for now, we'll just shout about it, animate and excite people, and, the problem is that both sides are ready to lie, are ready to incite, are ready to continue on the campaign trail. If the people in government were concentrating on what they need to do, right, and doing the right things, then even Baba's noises will be irrelevant. But they keep on telling him every day, oh, you want Nusumukate, oh, then they excite him, then they get him onto the real thing, and Baba is only good when he gets into the trenches.
All right.